What's up guys, today we're reviewing the TCL Signa phone that was exclusively released on Verizon for $80. Now taking a look at the contents themselves, you're going to find the phone laying on top along with a rather short USB Type-C cable, a 10-watt power brick, and then a SIM/storage ejector tool. Taking a closer look at the phone itself, first thing you notice when you pick it up is that the phone does weigh 160 grams or 5.64 ounces. Now this is just right for a screen this size. It's not too heavy and not too light. The second thing you notice is the backing is made of plastic with these ridges here that help with grip. Now the plastic backing is not really a concern itself. The phone does hold its strength when you do any sort of flexing of any sort, and really for daily use this is not a concern at all. Another thing that you're going to notice is that the speaker is located on the back, not the bottom, but the back. So if you like to watch a lot of videos, you are going to have to cup your hands to watch some, to hear the audio pretty well. Looking at the bottom, you're going to find the USB Type-C input along with a microphone hole. And looking at the top, you're going to find the audio jack along with another microphone hole. Looking at the right side, you find the power button along with the volume rockers, and on the left side you're going to find the Google Assistant button along with the SIM card ejector slot along with the expandable storage. Looking at the display at the top, you do have a camera, and on the right side you are going to have of the speaker you are going to have a LED light indicator. And you're going to notice that there are no buttons on the bottom. It's all software buttons. Now, one of the things I like about this display is that the plastic ridge on the side does come up above the display itself. So that way, you know, if you're sliding your phone about without a screen protector on, it's not going to be scratching the screen itself. Before even turning the phone on, one of the qualms that I had was the USB Type-C cable that came with the phone. It was entirely difficult to get it inserted into the phone, and a couple times I actually thought I broke the clip inside the phone. And to make sure I wasn't crazy, I got a OnePlus cable and I put it in, and it went in so much easier. And then I went and grabbed the Google cable and it went in so much easier. So do yourself a favor, throw away the cable that it came with and get yourself a different one. It's just going to save you so much hassle. The first thing you're going to notice while using the phone is just how slow it is. While trying to use Face Unlock, it does kind of take like an extra half a second just to recognize and unlock the device. When it comes to gameplay, the phone does lag quite a bit on the load screens, but when you're actually playing the games, it does seem to be a lot smoother. Now, I did have the phone crash on me a couple times, so just take that into consideration. You know, if you're a frequent gamer, I wouldn't bet on this phone. When it comes to media consumption, the phone does get the job done. Now, the large display does help out a lot, but there is some lag here and there. You can see when you're opening up a new app, it does take quite a few seconds to kind of get started and get going if it's not already in memory. Now in just a second, I'm going to show you what the videos and photos look like on this phone. Now, right up front, I am not going to recommend this phone if you take a lot of videos or photos. It's not good. And especially if you do any video conferencing, your videos are going to look quite old. Here is what the TLC Signa front-facing camera looks like while using video, and what the mic sounds like. Here you can see the rear-facing camera, and you can actually zoom up to 8 times. Now it is blurry and it's not very clear, but you can do it. Here you can see a front-facing photo compared to an iPhone 7, and then here you can see a rear-facing compared to an iPhone 7. When it comes to the display outdoors, you do actually get some pretty good visuals. You can see your phone pretty clearly, and this is an extremely bright and sunny day, and I can perfectly see my phone and be able to do whatever I need to. The next thing I want to talk about is charge time. Now, I did let the battery drain completely, and at 17 minutes, the phone was at 20%. At 45 minutes, the phone was at 56%. And then it took nearly an hour and 48 minutes for the phone to completely and fully charge up. There are two things I wanted to point out about this phone. The first being, if you go to the TCL website, it's actually stated as having 4,000 milliamp hour battery in one of the graphics. Don't let that confuse you. You know, on the specifications page and up top where it lists the features, it does actually state it has a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, which is correct. But regardless, the phone does last pretty long. I was getting 7.5 hours of screen on time with heavy Netflix, YouTube, and gaming usage, and I was really happy with that, to be honest. I think it could easily go, you know, 2 days for the average consumer without having to be recharged. The second thing is that the NFC in the specifications page is actually stated as being a feature when it actually isn't. I double checked, I downloaded Google Pay, but it wouldn't work. Now, it would be amazing if an $80 phone had NFC installed on it, but unfortunately it doesn't. So just beware of that. Now, overall, the question is, would I recommend this phone? And to be honest, I wouldn't. Now, the phone is cheap, yes, but unfortunately, there's just so much lag and stutter whenever you're using the phone for simple tasks that I just find it being more of a nuisance than, something that's helping you out. So I find myself wanting to rush to a computer as opposed to actually pulling my phone out. Honestly, I think it's kind of a better bet to go buy a flagship from a few years ago and use that phone so long as it's still being supported with software updates. I think you're just going to have a better experience that way. I wish I could recommend a different phone specifically that's brand new, that's cheap, but I'm still doing my own research myself. So hopefully in the upcoming videos, I'll be able to recommend you a specific one. So with all that said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you guys soon. Thanks.